On the 69th Independence Day, we talk about what freedom means to you and I. We talk about breaking free from shackles of slavery over 6 decades ago, but have we really understood the real concept of freedom? Here's a story from Bengaluru, where a traffic warden raised his voice and wanted freedom from VVIP racism. 3 ambulances were kept waiting for 20 minutes for the Chief Minister's convoy, and when this traffic warden spoke up against what was happening, he was pushed aside by the Chief Minister's security personnel. Unbelievable that this would happen even after 6 decades, and that too on Independence Day. Anusha is live with us now. It seems to be becoming a habit with Mr. Siddaramaiah, the fact that he believes that people in his city, people in his state, in fact, just have to put up with his VVIP tantrums, Anusha.
Well, this is not the first time, or the second, or the third. On Times Now, we have exposed how the Chief Minister's convoy has time and again, not just his convoy, his city rounds that he started taking just before the BBMP elections, or even the propaganda that he is doing for his party candidates for the BBMP elections. All of this definitely causing a lot of hassles for the common Bengalurian. You were right in pointing out that on the day India celebrating 69th Independence Day, people in Bengaluru have to grapple day in and day out with this VVIP racism. Traffic is blocked each time the Chief Minister's convoy passes through. We have heard the Chief Minister himself state that, people will have to bear with it. There is nothing we can do about it. We need to move to run the government. Nobody is questioning the Chief Minister's decision on being on the move to run the government. But how fair is it that in a state like Karnataka, in a city like Bangalore, each time the Chief Minister has to go from one place to another, the public is put to inconvenience. We have seen the public coming forward and complaining against this trend, not just of the Chief Minister here, but this is probably the trend which is the same in the entire country. Across the states, when we ran the VVIP racism campaign, we have had people coming in with their stories, and here is a traffic warden, none other than a traffic warden, who has pledged to ensure that the city roads are safer for commuters who volunteers so that ambulances in this particular state does
Anusha, just stay on with me. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Just stay on with me for a minute, because we also have Brinda Adige, a social activist, with us on the phone line now. Ms. Brinda Adige, this is not just callousness. This is criminal. The fact that 3 ambulances are made to be stuck in traffic only because the Chief Minister's convoy wants to pass by unhindered.
I agree with you absolutely. This is criminal, and this is an absolute violation of our democratic right. We, the people, electing these people into power, and they don't even value the life that is there in that ambulance, because that life is not too valuable to them. It's only to the family and to their friends. And that is so important that they don't even let. I think this should be charged. He should be charged.
Absolutely. And Brinda Adige, the other thing is, it just goes to show that as far as the Chief Minister and his security is concerned, they don't care two hoots about who is actually responsible for managing traffic. At the end of the day, if the traffic warden tells you, listen, you have to stop because these ambulances have the right of way, you have to listen to him. It doesn't matter whether you're Chief Minister's security detail, or someone else. But Mr. Siddaramaiah and his security men clearly don't care even for what the traffic warden has to say.
They don't care for anybody. They don't care for anybody except for themselves. And they care for our votes whenever it is time to test elections and for us to vote. After that, we are forgotten. Our rights are not necessarily respected. They forget respecting. I don't think they think that we as citizens have rights. And this should become a campaign of an every day, every hour. Every citizen of India must stand up and say, this convoy cannot get first preference over a life of a citizen.